Jacob Wagner says, hey, Dick and Sean, please read my name on the show. Dick says all the time how much he hates central banking, but I was wondering if I could hear from both of you in a bit more detail. Is central banking inherently evil, or is it just how it's done in America? What would the alternative be without it? What do you think of President Jackson? Oh, my God. What is? Are you writing are you writing a paper for school and you need us to do it?
What do you know. Sounds like he's in another country.
What do you think of President Jackson's canceling the second bank of the U.S. in the 1830s? Loved it. I'd love to hear from both of you in as much detail if you're willing to give, or if there's something I could read that sums up your thoughts. As a side note, I just wanted to say I've been listening to you regularly since the beginning of 2023, and I've listened to all The Biggest Problem and The Dick Show, and I'm halfway through the new Biggest Problem. Your historical and political analysis is always fascinating to hear. Oh, my goodness.
I think fascinating means retarded, I think.
In his, his ESL.
Is retarded to hear.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your reading. Central banks.
Yeah, I can't begin to pretend to speak intelligently like on that and the history of it. This one's all you.
Well, it's tough to explain to young people because you don't see... you don't immediately see the impacts of a central bank until you get older and you have to deal with, hopefully, you deal with asset classes like a house, like your house and your 401k. And
they're
the
not going to
stock
have to worry
market.
about that.
But you know, right?
Hence my remarks earlier in the show. I think it's done.
You'll see it. You'll see that stuff hopefully when you get older, and then you'll see like, oh wow, these are. Why the fuck is this working like this?
Yeah, maybe in
why
his
does
country.
the economy work like this? Which is also part of it. Everything that you think about the way an economy works or should work, the way money works, is backwards. Instead of cause and effect, there goes effect cause. Here's the basics of it is central banks, our central banks, the Federal Reserve sets interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
They set them.
They set reserve requirements.
They set reserve requirements, but the interest rate is, I think, much more devastating. The value of money over time, and they just guess at it. They analyze it and they think about it and they think about the impacts, but at the end of the day, it is a guess, and they will say it's a guess, and that's if you think of money as the abstract value of your life, of your time and your ideas and the hopes and the efforts of a country, assigning a time value of that, like what are these things going to be worth in the future, arbitrarily assigning a value to that is insane and by definition destructive.
Yeah, sounds awful.
Awful.
Yeah.
We're
going to tell you what your money's worth in the future.
Yeah.
Because interest rates and inflation, it's a tax on your savings.
Yes. And because this exists, because they can play with the interest rates, like there's sayings from the 70s, an investment saying from the 70s is don't fight the Fed. Quote, don't fight the Fed.
Yeah.
Which means no matter what you think about the market, about the conditions of the country, if you bet on that and the Federal Reserve is not also betting on that, you will lose. Meaning that there is no free market. Whatever your analysis is of the free market, as regards to human capital, like you, people, as regards to people, investments, technologies, your ideas, and the value and money itself is irrelevant unless the Fed is also betting on that, which should be a horrible maxim to set monetary policy to and to live by, but it is ubiquitous. Every single broker, investor will say, "Don't fight the Fed. Don't fight the Fed." They've been saying it for 50 fucking years. Other than that, it depends who you are, but everything that's important to you in life, if it touches money in any way, is influenced by the Federal Reserve's interest rates and money printing and allowing the government to spend an infinite amount of money, all of it. So even if you own nothing, it's impacted. Your wages are impacted. The price of everything is impacted. It's just all a big fucking casino because of them. So I don't know. Maybe that answers your questions. Maybe what to read. It's really difficult what to read. Just put it into Google and start somewhere that interests you. Ryan Soar.